I am 59, and there is one small thing I never rush, my morning cup of green tea, because sitting down for it, instead of gulping it standing up, is what makes me feel young and settled more than any cream on a shelf. If a calmer way of aging well speaks to you, take a moment and subscribe, and stay a while with me. Now, I think many of us want the very same thing, to grow older gently, without rushing, without spending a fortune on jars and promises, and still, at the end of it, to feel like ourselves. That is not too much to ask. And my tea is where that begins for me. So let me show you slowly the way it actually happens in my kitchen. Not a routine from a magazine, just what I do, most mornings, before the day asks anything of me. First, the water. I heat it, but I never let it roar. You know that hard, angry boil when the kettle is rattling and the steam comes out in a rush? I stop before that, because very hot water makes green tea bitter, sharp. It scorches the leaves, and then you are drinking something harsh instead of something soft. So I turn the heat off a little early, and I let it cool. About a minute, maybe a touch more. I do not time it with a clock. I just wait and watch the small pot go quiet. And here is something I love about this. A small waiting is already built in. Before I have even poured, the tea is asking me to slow down, to stand still for 1 minute in my own kitchen. The tea teaches patience before I ever drink it. Isn't that a gentle thing? Then I pour. The water goes over the leaves and they open, and the color comes up soft and green. The steam rises into the morning light, thin and slow, and I just look at it for a moment. That is all. Steam, light, a quiet table. I am not doing anything special here. There is no secret ingredient, no expensive powder. It is ordinary green tea, water that has cooled about a minute, and a few minutes that are only mine. That is the whole thing, and I promise you by the end, you will be able to do it tomorrow morning yourself. But I will be honest with you. There is one part of this that most people find hard, truly hard, harder than getting the water right, harder than waiting the minute. It comes next, while the tea sits and steeps, and it is not something you do. It is something you stop doing. Most of us have forgotten how to do it at all. We fidget. We reach for the phone. We fill every quiet second. And that little stretch of stillness while the leaves open in the pot is the part almost no one can sit through. While the tea steeps comes, the part most people find hardest of all, the doing nothing. And I mean nothing. No phone. It sits face down on the table and I leave it there. I do not scroll. I do not check anything. I just watch the steam rise in the morning light, thin and slow, curling up from the cup. And as I watch it, I feel my shoulders drop. A little at first, then more. Somewhere in those quiet minutes, my body remembers it is allowed to rest. This is not easy at first. If you are used to rushing, sitting still can feel almost wrong, like you should be doing something useful. But this is the useful thing. Sitting still is the ritual. The tea is only the reason I let myself do it. Then the leaves have given what they have to give. I pour slowly into a warm cup, and here is the part I love most. I wrap both hands around the cup and let the warmth soak into my palms. Both hands. It sounds so small, doesn't it? But holding a warm cup with both hands is one of the most settling things I know. I take the first slow sip. It is grassy and a little sweet, and it is warm all the way down. I feel it in my chest, warm, gentle, alive. That first sip by the window, with the sun on the wooden table, is a tiny piece of the morning that belongs to no one but me. So let me be honest with you about why this matters, because it is not a secret ingredient in the leaves. It is not some rare tea you have to buy. It is the pause. A few minutes that are only mine, before the day asks anything of me, before the phone, before the list, before anyone needs a single thing. Just me, a warm cup, and quiet. And I believe, though I cannot prove it to you, that a calm start shows on a face over the years. A woman who is not rushing, who gives herself these small, still minutes, carries something softer in her face. That is only my own feeling, from my own life. But I trust it. Let me ask you something here, friend to friend. How old are you? And do you already have a small morning ritual like this? Tell me in the comments. I truly love reading them over my own cup, in the same quiet minutes I am describing to you now. And if a calmer way of aging well speaks to you, a quiet subscribe means a great deal to me. Then stay a while. Now back to the tea, back to the cup in both hands, and the steam, and the small warmth that asks nothing of me. There is one more thing I want to tell you because people ask me this all the time. They see me with my green tea every morning, and they assume there must be a reason behind it, something clever. So they ask me if green tea is some anti-aging trick, and my honest answer surprises them. My honest answer is always no. I cannot promise you it reverses anything, and this is my lived experience, not medical advice. There is no miracle in my cup. No anti-aging trick hiding in the leaves. It is just a warm cup, in a quiet chair, and it settles me. That is the whole truth of it. People want me to say something grander. I never can. So let me tell you what I actually believe. A woman who is not rushing, who sleeps and eats warmly, who gives herself 5 still minutes before the world starts pulling at her, tends to feel younger than her years. Not because of one drink, because of how she treats her own morning. That is all my tea really is. Ordinary, repeated, mine. And here is the honest thing, the thing I care most about you hearing. It was never really about the green tea. It is about the pause, the few minutes that are only yours, before the day asks anything of you. A cream sits on your skin for a moment, and is gone. But a calm start, given to yourself morning after morning, settles into how you carry yourself. Softer shoulders, a slower breath. That, I believe, shows on a face over the years far more than anything from a shelf. So let me give you the little step you can try, and it costs almost nothing. Tomorrow morning, try just this one small thing for me. Make your tea. Or even warm water if that is what you have. It truly does not matter. And instead of drinking it on your feet, standing at the counter, half out the door already, do one different thing. Sit down. Just sit. Pull out a chair. Let the cup cool a moment in front of you. Then wrap both hands around it and feel the warmth come into your palms. Take the first sip slowly, and give yourself 3 quiet minutes before the day begins. No phone, no list, just you and the warm cup and the light coming into the kitchen. That is it. That small pause is the whole ritual, not the leaves, not the price of anything, not any promise I could make you. Just you, a warm cup, and a few minutes you refuse to rush. That is the part that helps me feel young at 59. Not the tea in the cup, but the choice to sit down with it, to not hurry through my own morning. I wish someone had told me this earlier, honestly, that staying young was less about buying and more about slowing, that the most kind thing I could do for my older self was to stop rushing past these small quiet minutes. So tomorrow, before everything starts, make your warm cup and find your chair. Let it be plain. Let it be unremarkable. Let it be yours, and if you only remember one thing from our time together, let it be this feeling of your hands around something warm and your day waiting just for a moment longer. You do not have to do it perfectly. You do not have to do it every day. Slowly is fine, and that is enough.